Hi there, and welcome to another Roger Johnson's America. I am Roger Johnson, and remember, if you love America, you'll like this video. On this video, I headed down to Austin, Minnesota, home of the Spam Museum. You'll learn all kinds of interesting facts like, did you know that Spam stands for spiced ham? Oh yeah, you're not going to want to miss this episode. And if you're lucky, I might tell you the story of the best meal I ever had. Coming up, I love to travel. And I love America. From the Purple Mountains' majesty and across the fruited plain, from sea to shining sea. I want you to join me as I celebrate America one adventure at a time. This is Roger Johnson's America. The Spam Museum is located in Austin, Minnesota, southern Minnesota, just down near the Iowa border on Interstate 90. The museum is located right in downtown Austin, very convenient location. I got down there and I thought, this feels odd. I've been here before, but it looks familiar. It feels familiar, but on the other hand, it doesn't. Well, there's a reason for that. This was the third location for the museum. It started out as the Hormel Foods Company, Hormel Foods First Century Museum. That's a mouthful. They shortened the name to the Spam Museum. It had a second incarnation. That's the time that I visited previously, and then this is the most recent incarnation of the museum. Either I was really, really eager to go see the museum, or I was still on Florida time. I think it was probably the former more than the latter, or I just got the time wrong. Anyway, I got there about an hour early, so I decided to kill some time and wander around downtown, and there was a nearby park. And there was a trail that took me past the Hormel plant where they actually produced the Spam. That's kind of neat. You drive by that on the way into downtown as well, depending on which way you go, I suppose. So the original Spam Museum, the Hormel Foods First Century Museum, celebrated the centennial of the Hormel Company. That opened in 1991. Then the rebranded Spam Museum was opened in 2001, and then the current location where it currently is opened 22nd of April 2016. So I got back to the museum, got back to the main entrance. There were some other folks waiting there. They were part of a tour group. They had arranged for a tour of the museum. I'm not sure how that works. I was by my lonesome, but you can look into that and get a group tour of the museum. So they were waiting to get in. I was waiting to get in. Finally, they let us in. The main entrance, right when you come on in to the museum, is called Can Central. It is the heart of the museum. When I went inside, it definitely did feel smaller, but it still had all the same great exhibits and everything that I had remembered before. Well, almost. We'll get to that in a minute. The museum is approximately 1,400 square feet in size and comprises 7 main galleries. From Can Central, right next to that, there is an area about the history of the Hormel Company, how it was founded. It was founded in 1891 by George A. Hormel as the George A. Hormel Company. Later on, of course, it was shortened to just Hormel as we know it today. The company originally focused on the packaging and selling of ham, sausage, other pork products, chicken, beef, meat products. Nowadays, of course, the Hormel Company is huge and is in all kinds of different food areas. They didn't add Spam as a product until 1937. As a product, Spam has caught the world by storm. It has spread all over the world. It is available all over the world. Very popular in some places. If you head on into the World Market area, there are exhibits on Spam in different countries and different areas of the United States, including Hawaii. Hawaii is the state where Spam is the most popular in the United States. All right, a couple of quick Hawaii Spam stories for you. That's right, I've got 2 Hawaii Spam stories. So I was in Hawaii the one time in Honolulu. I was staying at a hostel right near the University of Hawaii. It was late, I was tired, I was hungry. There was nothing anywhere around to grab a bite to eat except for a food truck. So I headed on over, and you can get some pretty good food out of food trucks sometimes. And so I headed over, I got a dish. It was a bowl of, I think it was rice and scrambled eggs and some vegetables and Spam. It was fantastic. Loved it. Really hit the spot. My other spam story, Hawaii spam story. So I'm working at the Walt Disney World Railroad there in Florida, and one of the other engineers was from Hawaii. So I'm sitting in the break room, I'm enjoying my sandwich, and she comes in and she smells it. Is that spam? Is that a spam sandwich? Being from Hawaii and being as popular as it is, spam that is, she knew the smell, and so she identified that. And yeah, I think when she told me she loved me, I think it was the sandwich that she loved. Anyway, spam, very popular in Hawaii, I think in large part due to the large military presence there and the history of World War II. That's the next exhibit. There's an exhibit on World War II, and they would ship spam all over the world to U.S. GIs, Marine sailors, etc., and it caught on. I suppose if you were in the military during World War II, you got hooked on cigarettes or spam, or maybe both, but either way, they're at the Spam Museum. They do have an exhibit on spam in World War II. Have you ever wondered, how do they get the meat in the little can there? What would it be like to work at a Hormel factory canning spam? Well, I suppose you could get a job there, or you could just go to the Spam Museum. There's a little exhibit area where they've got like little foam rubber pretend spam meat and cans, and you go through and you time yourself, and you can compete against your friends and your family, whoever you're there with. There was also a height chart. You could see how tall you were in spam cans. 22 spam cans tall. That was kind of fun. My favorite exhibit in the whole museum, and I think an example of where I think, if memory serves me right, it was better in the old museum, at the old location, but still very good. They had an exhibit on the greatest moment in television history, the spam sketch on the Monty Python Flying Circus program.
Could I have egg, bacon, spam and sausage without the spam? What do you mean? I don't like spam! Spam.
There's also information about Spamalot, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
We dine well here in Camelot, we eat ham and jam and Spamalot.
In my opinion, the best comedy film of all time, but they did a Broadway musical spin-off called Spamalot. Never seen it. I would love to see it one of these days, but there's information on that as well. And then if you've got little kids, there's a play area as well, and then information on Hormel Foods' larger endeavors and other products that they do. You know, you got to promote the product. If you've got a museum for your primary product, you tell folks about the other stuff as well. Very interesting, very fun, nice little side journey if you are trekking through southern Minnesota. I highly recommend it. The Spam Museum. From the museum, then of course you can exit through the gift shop. You name it, they've got it with spam written on it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just said spam, hats, shirts, t-shirts, keychains, you name it. I always collect patches myself, so they did have a couple of patches, a spam can, so that's my souvenir from the Hormel Spam Museum there in Austin, Minnesota. So anyway, fun experience. I highly recommend it. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Check me out on the social medias. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, Roger Johnson's America, and until next time, we'll see you real soon.